Americans do not always speak word by word. They speak in chunks. Have you ever understood every single word in an English sentence and still felt like you could never say it that naturally yourself? That happens because fluent speakers do not always build language word by word. Very often, they speak in chunks. So, what is a chunk? A chunk is a group of words that native speakers use together again and again, so often that the whole group starts behaving like one unit. For example, we don't just say, I understand. We also say, I get it. We do not always say, I'm leaving now. We also say, I'm heading out. We don't always say, wait a moment. Sometimes we say, hang on. We don't always say, what are you doing? Sometimes we just say, what's going on? These are chunks. Today I will teach you 36 advanced English chunks. They will up your vocabulary game in no time, I promise. All you've got to do is just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride with me. They're not difficult. Do not think that they're going to be difficult and they're going to be 36, so how will you remember? Hold on. They are not difficult. They are slightly fancy, but not unnatural. Alina, they will never bring you ordinary, right? She wants to polish your skills. You must stand out. These 36 are extremely common, and that is exactly why they matter so much. Because when you learn only single words, your English may be correct. But when you learn chunks, your English starts sounding real. It starts to sound like you're more in control. Think about it like this. A beginner often speaks by assembling every sentence from scratch. A fluent speaker often pulls out ready-made pieces. For example, instead of thinking, I do not know, a fluent speaker often says, I have no idea. Instead of saying, I will manage this matter, which is a lot of words by the way, you could just simply say, I'll take care of it. Instead of saying, that is acceptable, you may say, that works. And this is why chunks are so powerful. They save time, they reduce your hesitation, and they make your English sound much more natural. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the most common English chunks Americans use in daily life, with their meanings, examples, and where you can use them naturally. And once you start noticing them, you will hear them everywhere. Your observation level is going to go up. I have divided this video into 4 sections for a learner-friendly experience. This way, you learn some brilliant chunks without feeling heavy. And there's a PDF with 100 day-to-day chunks and a test that will score you on the ones we learned today. Okay, do not miss it. Please reach the description of this video, but after watching this video till the end. Section 1 is everyday response chunks. Section 2, time and action chunks. Section 3, feeling and reaction chunks. Section 4, social and casual life chunks. Let's start with section 1, which is everyday response chunks. These are great when you want to react naturally in conversations. Okay. First one is works for me. This means that this is fine with me or I agree with that plan. For example, let's meet at 6. Works for me. So if I say, let's meet at 6 and you say, works for me, that means this is okay with me. I can work with this. This sounds much more natural than always saying okay or fine, because saying okay again and again sounds redundant, right? You want to learn a few more ways of saying you're okay with something or you're fine with something. So mind it, I will not be talking too much about every phrase because that will take up too much of our time. We don't want to drag this. We want to put it crisp and short, and we want to put it in your memory. So we're going to go at a soft pace, okay? Not too slow, but soft and steady. Point number 2 is, that's on me. That's on me. That means this is my responsibility. It is my fault or I will take responsibility for it. Example, I forgot to send the email. That's on me. It sounds mature, natural, and very conversational. Okay? It puts you directly in the fluent group. Similarly, that's on you will mean it is your responsibility. It was your choice, not mine. That's on you. If you ignore the deadline, that's on you. Next is, I get where you're coming from. This means I understand your point of view. So instead of saying, I understand your point of view, you could just simply say, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from, but I still think we should wait. Just a sentence for you. This is very polished chunk for discussion and disagreement. Okay, it's a nice way of disagreeing with someone. Next one, I wouldn't count on it. It means do not depend on that happening. So I wouldn't count on something that I do not think or believe will happen. Do you think he'll arrive on time? I wouldn't count on it. That means I do not think he will arrive on time. Okay? It's natural, slightly advanced, and excellent for real conversation. Next is that figures. It means that explains it or that makes perfect sense now. He didn't sleep all night. That figures. But he didn't sleep all night and that is why he was talking like that. That figures. Get it? This one sounds very native and conversational, so learn it. That figures. Oh, now I understand. That figures. That does it. That does it. This means this is the final straw or that finishes it. He cancelled again. That does it. I'm done. So that does it means I'm not going to take it anymore. Okay? It's a strong emotion. You use it when your patience is over. Okay? That does it. Okay? I'm done. All right? Slightly negative, so be careful with this one. I'm with you. It means I agree with you or I support what you're saying. We should keep the design simple. I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you. We should keep the design simple. This sounds warm and collaborative. That means you're working with somebody on an idea. I'll give you that. This means I admit that you're right about this one point. Okay, I'll give you that I'm agreeing with you. Okay, I still don't like the movie, but I'll give you that the acting was excellent. So I don't like the movie, but I'll give you that. That means I'm agreeing with you that the acting was excellent. When you want to agree with just one part of what somebody said, okay, not the entire thing. Clear? Okay, next is I can live with that. This means I may not love it, but I can accept it. So I'm okay with it, but I'm not very thrilled about it. Okay, I can live with that. The room is small, but honestly, I can live with that. I mean, the room is small, but I can adjust. So that is what I can live with that means. That means you can adjust with it. This is great when something is not perfect, but still acceptable to you. Now let's move to the chunks people use while speaking about action, movement, delay, or getting things done. These are especially useful because they make your English feel much more alive. You'll see. Section 2, time and action chunks coming up. I'm heading out. This means I'm leaving now. I'm heading out. I'll call you later. I'm actually heading out to the gym after this video. Okay, here's a tiny note for you. It's very common and much more natural than always saying I'm going now. Okay, I'm heading out. I'm headed your way. This means I'm coming towards your location. I'm headed your way. I'm headed your way. See you in 10. That means I'll see you in 10 minutes. When I say see you in 10, I don't have to specifically say minutes. Obviously, I'm headed your way. How will I see you in 10 hours? 10 minutes, and neither is 10 seconds possible. So 10 minutes is most natural, right? See you in 10. Very natural, nicely conversational. Next one. Let's get this over with. This means let's finish this unpleasant or tiring thing quickly. Let's get this over with. Again, slightly negative one. Be careful. The meeting is boring. But come on, let's get this over with. It's useful and real. So it helps you express real emotions. You can't always be agreeing with people, right? Not everything is always going to be exciting. So this is where this one comes handy. Hang tight. Hang tight means wait patiently for a short while. Okay? Just sit back, relax. Okay? Hold on for a while. Hang tight. Hang tight. I'm almost done. No, I'm not done. This video remains. Hold on. A little while longer. Slightly American, casual, and very useful. Learn it. Next one, really nice one. Let me circle back. Let me circle back. This means I'll return to this topic later. So I'm going to talk about it, but a little later. I need to check the details first. Let me circle back. It's very natural in professional English, especially American work culture. Okay, next is I'm tied up right now. Now, this is something I use a lot. This one I use a lot. This means I'm busy at the moment. I'm tied up right now. I'm recording a video. Come on. We see? Can we talk later? I'm tied up right now. It's a polished alternative to saying I'm busy. So, very useful. We'll figure it out. This means we'll find a solution. We don't have the full plan yet, but we'll figure it out. Warm, calm, and reassuring chunk. Okay. Next is, I'll take care of it. Now, I know we've already taken this one up in the introduction part, but I want you to remember this because this is really handy and useful. It means I will handle it. I'll take care of it. I'll handle it. Don't worry about the booking. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about the tickets. Don't worry about the email. I'll take care of it. It's much more polished than repeating, I will do it every time. So instead of saying, I will do it, I will do it, I will do it, I'll take care of it. It looks more professional, sounds better. Next is, I'll look into it. I'll look into it. This means I will check it carefully or investigate it. There seems to be a problem with the payment. I'll look into it. Excellent for work English too. These next chunks are great when you want to talk about feelings, reactions, personal opinions, and emotional states. This is where your English starts to sound less textbook and more human. Very important chunks. Section 3, feeling and reaction chunks. I'm not buying it. This means I don't believe it. He says he forgot again. I'm not buying it. He didn't forget it. He's doing it on purpose. That's what I mean. Okay? I'm not buying it. It's a fantastic chunk, natural, and very expressive. That hit hard. That means that affected me deeply emotionally. When she said that, that hit hard. When she rejected my proposal, that hit hard. You see? Very modern and natural. Next one is, I'm warming up to it. Means I'm beginning to like it slowly. So when something grows on you, that is when you're warming up to it. At first, I hated the song, but I'm warming up to it. Very nice, a gradual change in feeling. Catch it? Okay. Next is, I'm all for it. It means I fully support the idea. I fully support it. If you want to start your own business, I'm all for it. Very natural for support and approval. Next is, I'm not up for it. I've purposely kept it right after I'm all for it because this is the opposite of it. I'm not up for it. It means I don't like doing it. Want to go out tonight? Honestly, I'm not up for it. It is much more natural than always saying I don't want to. So it's just an easier way of saying I don't want to or rejecting something, rejecting an idea politely. Next one, really nice one, really short. I'm torn. I'm torn. This means I can't decide because I feel pulled in two directions. I'm torn. I can't decide. I'm torn between the red one and the black one. Can't decide. Beautiful for choices and inner conflict. So remember, I'm torn. There's a very nice idiom also for this one, which is I'm on the fence. When you can't make a choice is difficult, you say I'm on the fence. But we're not talking idioms, we're talking about chunks right now. So I'm torn. That's the easier way. I'm over it. This means I'm no longer emotionally affected by it, or sometimes I'm tired of it. I'm over it. At first, I was upset, but now I'm over it. The meaning depends on the tone and context, so your tone has to be accurate. All right? I'm over it. That means either I don't care or it doesn't upset me anymore. I'm over it. I'm into it. I'm into it. It means I like it or I'm interested in it. Okay? At first, I didn't care for the show, but now I'm really into it. I mean, that happened with me in Breaking Bad. I was not really into it, but later on, oh my God, I fell in love with the show. I'm really into it right now. I'm finishing it off. Last season, last 2 episodes left. Very conversational and stylish. Learn it. I'm on board. It's a positive one. It means I agree or I support the plan. If everyone wants to leave early, I'm on board. Very useful for teamwork and group decisions. Okay? Now let's look at the last chunk. Now this chunk will help you in social life, in casual plans, conversation openings, and everyday interaction. Okay? So you up for it? These are the kinds of chunks that make people sound easy, relaxed, and natural. Section number 4, social and casual life chunks. I'm down. I'm down. I'm interested or I'm willing. It doesn't sound like it's a positive one, but it's actually a positive one. You want to show your interest, you say, I'm down. Or if you remember the previous one, I'm all for it or I'm into it. Okay, I'm down. If you want to try that new cafe, I'm down. I'm down for pizza. It's casual, very natural. Use it in informal settings, okay? Not formal ones. Do not say it to your boss. No, and do not say it to your super boss. Not at all. Next is suit yourself. This means do what you want then. Like you're leaving the choice on the other person. Okay, do what you want then. Suit yourself. If you don't want dessert, suit yourself. Okay, do what you want. The tone matters, okay? You should not come across indifferent. That may be hurtful. So say it nicely. Suit yourself, not suit yourself. Okay? It can sound playful or slightly sharp, so we have to be careful. Next is hit me up. Hit me up. It means contact me or message me later. Hit me up in the comment section. Hit me up. Send me a message now. Okay, here's your example sentence. If you finalize the plan, hit me up. It's very casual American English, good for younger tone. I leave it at that. This means I won't say more on this topic. I have opinions about that decision, but I'll leave it at that. Like I don't want to speak more about it. I don't want to get into a fight. Get it? It's a beautiful chunk. It's calm, controlled, and very polished. It shows self-control. Okay? I'll leave it at that. I'm just messing with you. Means I'm just joking with you. Relax. I'm just messing with you. Your dress looks okay. It's great for playful conversation. Next one. I'll pass. It means I'll choose not to join. Take or do that. Okay? I will not take it. I will not join. I will not do that. Do you want dessert? No, I'll pass. So it's a polite way of saying no. Okay? Just say it with a better tone. Don't sound indifferent. It's polite, it's clean, and natural. Make yourself at home. This is a very good one. This means be comfortable here. Feel free to relax. You don't need to be at home to say this one, by the way. Make yourself at home can be said anywhere. Make yourself feel relaxed. Settle down, relax, feel comfortable. That is where you say make yourself at home. Come in, make yourself at home. It's classic, it's warm, and very useful. Next is count me in. This means include me or I want to join. Here's your example. We're planning a short trip next month. Count me in. I'm interested. Count me in. It's lively, it's useful. Last one. I'll keep you posted. This means I'll continue updating you. I don't know the final date yet, but I'll keep you posted. It's very useful in personal and work contexts. So this brings me to the end of the video. By now, I hope you can see what chunks really do. They make your English shorter, smoother, faster, and more natural. Because fluent English is not just grammar, it's not just vocabulary either. It is also about knowing which words like to live together. And that is exactly what chunks are. Ready-made pieces of real English. So do not just collect words, start collecting chunks. This is one of the fastest ways to sound more fluent without trying to sound fancy. Okay? And here's what I want you to do. Pick any 5 chunks from this video and start using them this week. Because once a chunk enters your real speech, it stops being something you studied and it starts becoming part of your English. And do not forget to check out the test and also the PDF with 100 day-to-day chunks that I've prepared for you. I'll see you in the next one. Share this video with somebody you care about, you like learning with. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I love making these videos and you love learning. So what's the harm? Bye-bye. I'll see you in the next one.